EC and what the numbers actually mean. The next result on my report is EC, or electrical conductivity, and this is one of the most misunderstood measurements in semi-hydro. EC is usually shown in one of two units, micro-siemens per centimeter and milli-siemens per centimeter. My tap water has an EC of 61 micro-siemens per centimeter. So 61 micro-siemens is 0.061 milli-siemens per centimeter. That is extremely low. For context, many tap waters sit between 0.2 and 0.8 EC before nutrients are added. With an EC of 0.061, what this tells me is that my water contains very few dissolved ions to begin with. Almost all of the EC my plants experience will come from the nutrients I add. A really helpful way to think about EC for houseplants comes from the lived experience of growers like Alison, also known as the long-winded Leca lady, who has tracked how different plants respond to nutrient strengths over time in semi-hydro. Based on Alison's experience, light feeders tend to prefer very low nutrient concentrations around 0.2 to 0.4 EC. Pushing higher ECs than this often causes stress before it leads to better growth. This group includes plants like spider plants, snake plants, triskancias, oxalis, strings of things, peperomias, orchids, begonias. The most common houseplants fall into what Alison categorizes as moderate feeders. A typical EC range for these plants sits between 0.4 to 0.8 EC. Plants that are known to be moderate feeders include philodendrons, hoyas, calatheas, African violets, anthuriums, and so many more. Why bottle instructions often fail in semi-hydro. The concept of EC is also why nutrient bottle instructions can be misleading for houseplants. Most of the recommendations are designed for crop plants grown for high yields. Vegetables, fruiting plants, plants like that. These plants have evolved to handle high nutrient concentrations for their growth cycle. Many houseplants have not. A lot of them are epiphytes or understory plants adapted to low nutrient environments. So when people mix some nutrients to bottle strength in semi-hydro, they often end up running an EC far higher than those plants are adapted for, especially in a Leca system with no buffer. So pH tells us whether the nutrients will be available, and EC tells us how concentrated the solution is. And so the next thing we need to look at is calcium and magnesium specifically, because very soft water changes how much of these nutrients your system starts with.